Hey guys, it's Thien Dinh-Do, and today we'll be talking about U.S. intervention and U.S. imperialism in Guatemala in the late 1950s. So first, the big question is why, and the big answer is bananas. The United Fruit Company, founded by Minor C. Keith, was an extremely successful American-owned and run company. They profited greatly from investments it made in Guatemala. Bananas were the core moneymaker, and it had built an entire business in Central American nations such as Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. The United Fruit Company was essentially a state within the Guatemalan state. Not only did it own all of Guatemala's bananas production and banana monopoly exports, but it also owned the country's telephone and telegraph system and all of its railroad tracks. Under the Guatemalan dictator Jorge Ubico, oh wait, no, not him. No, not him either. No, not him too. No, not... Wait, yeah, that's him. Under Jorge Ubico, the United Fruit Company gained control of 42% of Guatemala's free land and was exempt from paying taxes and import duties. But then BAM! The Guatemalan Revolution of 1944 forced the resignation of the right-wing dictator Ubico, who then had ruled the nation for 13 years. Jacobo Arbenz became president in democratic elections in 1951. After Arbenz came to power, he extended political freedoms, allowing communists in Guatemala to participate in politics. The United States became further alarmed after President Arbenz proposed the Decree 900, which said to redistribute undeveloped land held by large property owners to landless farmers, which constituted 90% of the population. At the time, just 2% of landowners owned 70% of usable agrarian lands, and many farm laborers were kept in a form of debt slavery. The biggest obstacle to land reform was the United Fruit Company. Having owned 42% of the land, most of which would be given, the company demanded to be reimbursed for the full market value of the land, while the government was only willing to pay according to the worth of the land claimed in the May of 1952 tax assessments. The government was only able to seize 40% of the land held by a giant corporation at little cost. The United Fruit Company felt that Arbenz was challenging it politically and financially. President Eisenhower did not want to intervene directly in Guatemala. However, he wanted to avoid the impression that the United States would attack a Western Hemisphere ally. Instead, the United States utilized the newly created Central Intelligence Agency to launch a covert operation to remove Arbenz. The CIA was created in part to conduct espionage missions around the world. The Guatemalan operation was known as Operation PB Success. Looking to the Guatemalan military, the CIA chose a distinguished-fronted anti-Arbenz officer named Carlos Castillos Armas to lead the operation. On June 17, 1954, with the support of the U.S. government and the CIA, Armas launched an invasion. The invading forces numbered less than 500 men, but CIA had convinced the Guatemalan public and Arbenz that a major invasion was underway. The CIA set up secret radio stations to broadcast propaganda messages, jamming Guatemalan radio signals. Unaware that the CIA was orchestrating the military coup against him, Arbenz turned to the U.S. government for help, placing his faith in an ally that stated it was committed to advancing and spreading democracy. On Sunday, June 27, 1954, President Jacobo Arbenz resigned from the office and fled Guatemala. The CIA replaced him with Carlos Castillos Armas,